Pa-pa-para-pa, pa-pa-para-pa, pa-pa-para-pa.
2 litri,
2 litri
2 litri
anche
anche
per
per
te.
te. We're talking about ice. We are late on this actually,
Very.
but we don't care. Uh, okay, ice situation. What happened to ice? We are referring to the situation of the second killing of an American civilian by the ice and all the problems that brought in the table. So now you're seeing the post from Il Post and talks about the second killing in the 16th. No, sorry, Sabato mattina. When the fuck was it? Uh, I don't know. Around the 20 of January. This happened, and an incident where Alex Jeffrey Pretty lost his life because of two ICE agents. And yes, we don't want to talk about the situation. It's a very sad situation. Of course, every death is a problem. Well, we want to talk about what caused this death. Okay. Um, Situation now has changed. There's not that much pressure on Minneapolis and Minnesota, and his situation seemed to be taken care a little bit. It's still in a very confused state. Okay, confused
Yeah.
place right now, but a little bit better. We have not seen a death there in a while now, so yeah, we, we are positive. So what we're going to talk about is two big problems. The first big problem is ICE agents, the new policies that took place under Donald Trump. The new okay, I was seeing you still, but sorry. The new policies by Donald Trump that put a more strong presence of ICE in the street, doing jobs that they don't usually should have done, that they did not usually do. But you know, it's a federal agency. The president says, "Okay, we do that." They do fucking that.
Yeah.
At the point we have to do that. Yes, the problem, that thing that is not part of their job, is being incompetent. Okay, being not at the level to take care of the situation in a professional way. The situation that happened, the first problem is ICE agents itself. They are just not trained for the situation. They are abusing force, and they are doing everything that is wrong. Yes, the problem is what they met on the other side, okay? Because the situation got managed from the left activists in a very strange way, okay? Because if we are in a situation where there is this thing that is very wrong, that is doing something wrong, you should just work with politics, with policies to address those problems and make them go away. And with making them go away, you just say, okay, ICE, go home, please. What they did is different. They go the hard way and decided to put themselves in the wrong by following federal agents and trying to interrupt raids, doing a lot of noise, blocking streets with their cars, and interfering with federal agency job or police job is a crime.
Yeah.
So you are putting yourself in a situation where now you're not a wrong and a good. There are two wrongs, and where there are two wrongs, there can be debate. So you're giving something to the right-wing party, to Donald Trump, to hold on. Yes, to contest you, to hold on to something that it's in part right, and that's you are losing. Okay.
Yeah.
On the other hand, the situation, let's say, is not very good still, and finally, luckily, Donald Trump and the administration decided to, let's say, break the situation a little bit
Well,
because they were risking literal civil war at that point, and not only by Trump, because the other part were pushing also for this hate towards ICE agents. So there were two forces, one going into the other one in a very violent way, and that's not something you really want. Okay, and for now it seems that in a way Donald Trump understood it and decided to put a break on it. But yes, that is the situation in the USA of ICE. Okay, it's
yes.
something
Well,
we need to understand also from the point of view of the Democrats Party, that they should not incite their people, let's call them people, to do this kind of activities against us. They should not incentivize hate. Same thing.
yeah.
Yes, that's it. You're gonna just push one against the other, and that's in a point is not what you want in a country where you have to coexist. Okay, you don't want
No,
to
of
live with an
course.
enemy. You want to live with someone with different view, and the point is to understand each other, not to fucking hate each other.
There
Yes,
is
you go.
no, yeah, there is no dialogue.
Yes.
That's the thing. There's absolutely no dialogue. I believe that is also maybe the environment that makes it so that people believe that there is no possibility for dialogue. I don't know. Um, After the first incident, I think it was really really clear, and a lot of people that were in institutions, just like police and politics, they very which supported and supported like the protests, and supported the communication, supported the ideology. They didn't go like necessarily like directly against it. They only specified like, hey, kind of this interrupting, like trying to stop their operations that is like illegal, literally, that is illegal. They are, they can arrest you. They probably should arrest you if you try. If you threaten them, they should feel threatened. Like that is very normal. Again, this does not condone any sort of killing, but um, that is just like simply true. I mean, and again, this kept on going on, and again, the incident repeated itself. It's very tragic, obviously. And there's videos. There is like a lot of debate who's right. Oh, the ICE agents were right. He had a gun, or it's like, well, he had a gun, but he rightfully had, so like he legally had a gun and he was allowed to have a gun with him on him. Um, but people feel threatened, and as we said, like as you rightfully mentioned, like they were not prepared for this. They hired a lot of people with little to no background checks, um just and they rolled out massive operations. It's like this, imagine like an ICE agents, which is already not trained for very high stress situations, to being followed and threatened constantly while they're trying to, working, like obviously creating the circumstances for a tragedy as well. Um, so it's really fucked up. But also there are like a lot of debates on the social still, which is on who's
Oh yes,
right,
that's the.
but also
Yeah,
on
nobody's right.
how
That's the point.
how how much of a propaganda is ICE as well. Um, like the rollout in which states they happened, uh, rather which states supported Trump and which didn't. Like that's very interesting actually to see. So it's
Of
just
course,
it's
they're
a
gonna play
it's a
politics, Pasquale. What do you
yeah,
want?
but it's a crazy it's a crazy situation if you look at the broader context, and you actually take everything into account. If you actually go to look at the statistic, like how many arrests were made, how many people were kicked out of the country. If you actually look at the numbers, all this is making so much noise, but it's not making that much numbers. It's not making that much change. It's not like, oh, they rolled out ICE
No,
and
yeah,
now
but
all the illegal immigrants are everything is fixed, and we improved the situation. Like, no, you haven't even made a dent. So again, a very much political,
no,
very
but
much a
I don't think
symbol.
there's no point of view where ICE is doing something good. Okay, there's at this point,
No,
if you are at least a little bit a critic thinker, there's no savings. There's no a good end for
no,
ICE for
there
this
is
ICE.
fixes. No,
Okay, so yes,
yeah,
it's that's even worse than you know. Then that's even worse to think that the other part is behaving quite bad as well. When they have an enemy that is so easily destroyable, okay, with just few seconds, few analysis, and still you are giving it power.
yeah,
Yes, so I don't know. I think the point ICE in the USA, what they've done, how they have been organized under Trump administration, is bad. Is bad beyond every limit. Okay, and yes, the thing you were saying that different states, different situations is where they were put. I saw there were a lot of reports of most of the arrests made by ICE were in Texas, where there were not that much problems at the end.
yeah,
When in a Democrat state like Minnesota, you know, literally explosion of violence and everything. It's quite a situation. It's two different words. So it's something good to talk about. This everybody doing bullshit, and of course, in the end, the result will be a bullshit situation.
yeah,
Okay, I think we should proceed. So now you're speak us about ice in the
yeah,
Italian Olympics. Nice.
yeah. You have a post. Let me know when it's on. We should
Yes,
probably
I have actually
um
a
have
post.
a quick drink, not a full drink, but a quick
It's
drink.
half drink. Okay, half drink. I can do it. Okay, they are seeing everything they need to be seeing.
Perfect. So, what is the story that the ice is at the Olympics? Remember,
Wow.
like these are the Winter Olympics
Wow.
that are happening in Cortina and Milan. Um, they're the crazy ass sports where they just take a man-made mountain, a man-made cliff, and they just throw you down. Uh, but it's just still Olympics, still like an international stage, very important stage. Um, very important event. So, there was like a lot of talks about why the fuck is ice coming to the Olympics. There was obviously a lot of backlash. There was like a lot of protest. Actually, there were some protests that turned violent as well. I don't know if you've seen that yourself,
Oh, which
but
one?
very, very interesting.
The one in Milan
Um,
recently.
there were some no, I wouldn't say recently, like a couple days ago, but I'm just saying, in the last week slash 2 weeks, I have seen like
Not
protests, and I
there.
have read like articles about
Yeah, the
protest. You gone?
okay, about ice specifically at the Olympics, there were manifestations very that did not that didn't bring anything bad actually, not no violence anything. The one I think you're referring to are the one against Olympics itself. Okay, not against ice. They made
Yeah, yeah,
literal
very okay. Okay,
chaos,
yes.
but those
Let's
are
let's keep it
anarchics.
at that. There is quite a climate of tension around the Olympics, as you mentioned. There were like already
Yes,
protests about the hosting
but
the Olympics,
these
because
were kind
obviously,
of recently. I think this weekend,
yeah.
not very much time ago.
Um and and there was also obviously tension and protest for ICE.
Yes.
I wanted to mention it briefly because I saw a post of a very left wing um, page slash newspaper on Instagram that covered and posted videos of the violent protest, in which well, there were actually videos of protesters being violent against officers. Um,
I don't think that's
and
what
they
you're thinking.
no, but wait, but I'm just saying, like, I'm just like, this video was posted, and I think it was actually from the Ekatsura in Turin, not like in Milan, but I
Oh,
think
really?
yeah, I think it was like a video from there, but it was taken as that the Italian population was beating the shit. It was like posted
Ooh.
as beating the crap out
Wow.
of ICE agents.
Really?
Yeah, so I wanted to mention this because
Wow.
everything is being
Wow.
taken from one side, from the other, and being used in a political, manifesto way.
Wow.
This is the simple story about, like, just ICE. The word protest, again, I'm glad you confirmed, like, non-violent. um but let's just clarify
Yes.
why the ICE is at the Olympics. Every nation, with the consent of the hosting nation, they can bring a federal agency.
Or agency, because
Um,
federal, not every state is federal. So yes, this was my
okay,
mistake
just
here.
just an
Yes.
agency. Let's say that can be from the state. It can be from whatever, where your state is fucking, like, or organized. A foreign agency, let's say, that to just come and support the team. How would they support it? Well, mostly just for coordination, mostly like support and security coordination. They do not have any sort of authority. They are completely neutral. They do not have any authority to impose anything, to do anything. So they're just there indirectly, like as liaison. So they are just a figure. They're just a figure. So they can't do it. They cannot impose their own authority. They're just there as guards, pretty much. Now, what I want to ask is, what is the controversy about it? What do you think? And what do you think it represents, this choice to bring ice to
Uh,
the
to
Olympics?
bring us to the Olympics, okay, first there's the clarification that the post made, okay, where they talk about the difference between ice and what part. Sorry, I think I got the wrong post here. My stupid ass got the wrong post. But we're gonna find it
Do you
in
mean
a
that
in a
the ice
minute.
that will come is a different ice than the one
Yes,
is
is
like a
divided.
more
Is
administrative part?
the
Yeah, 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 100%.
is the
Yeah, I've seen that
Homeland
as well.
Security part of the ICE. It's Homeland Security. It's a famous agency in crime series. I watch a lot of crime series, so I know that a lot. Where I can't find the
Uh,
where is the
Wait, no, I do think that there is that they do say it in this post.
is this one? No, it's is this other one. Oh yes, it's
Uh,
this one. Sorry, I got the wrong one. Yes, sorry, it's this one where it says yes. He talks about this. He's explaining that it's not actually the ice that uh, the the operative part, the ERO, Enforcement and Removal Operations, is the Homeland Security investigation part. Okay, it's
no,
not those people, and actually, it's true. It's not. It's not the same people. It's a different part of the agency. So
different branch. Yeah.
yes, a different branch of the agency. They're not the same guys. They may be not. They may be people that were there before the Trump administration. Okay, that's the point. Maybe people working there when there was Biden. So it's totally different people. And your question was what it is. It is a political battle, simple political battle um, that took place like every other political battle. Okay, ICE is a right-wing stuff, so me, a left-wing activist person, has to be against it. ICE is something very uh, prominent in the news in this period. So yes, I am left. Okay, I should fight against this, not understanding anything, not understanding any excuse, considering it just a symbol of the right. So I have to fight this symbol, and that is the only reason.
Yeah.
because because
I do fully
if
agree.
the law says they cannot do a thing, even if they were the operation part, they cannot arrest any fucking body. They cannot enforce their law. So what's the point? And even if they're not the same guys, you still protest about it. It's very understandable that you are not protesting for that specific concrete case, but
Yeah.
you are just protesting for a bias, for a position you took, and you stay in that position. That's it. That's the only reason. Okay, I fucking hate ICE, but I don't think they're gonna
Yeah,
go
but I think
in
yeah, but I
Milan
think
killing
it's
people.
also no, of course, but I think it's fair to take a position because
Yes.
it is done as a symbol. It is done for
Also, yes.
exposure and for politicizing a sports an international stage. And I think it's fair that they go against ICE. But I think what the problem is that indeed the thing that you just read, the fact that everything was just built on nothing, because instead of it's actually going against what I just said, just the politicization of that stage specifically. It was just done, oh yeah, I yeah, we don't want you, we don't want you here. So it's just like there lacks that communication, there lacks that actual dialogue, because it lacks actual you know information. Like they don't they just kind of go in blindly, and as you said, just go against eyes. They hear eyes, so like against eyes. And when it's done in that way, then nothing, there is no message that actually arrives. Like you're not communicating anything.
Yes, you're not going.
And your message doesn't arrive far, and it doesn't arrive to the people that needs to, where it needs to arrive to. So it's just a waste. It's just a waste of effort and energy, and just a waste. Actually, it's such a pity.
Yes, I totally agree with you, and there is that, that point of view debate on yes, but Trump decided to choose ICE, not the operational part, but still ICE, to follow them
Yeah.
at the Olympics. Yeah, that's a political choice. Every fucking thing is a political choice. And do you think the ICE going to the Olympics will change the people's opinion about ICE? I don't know.
No, of course
So
not.
even that excuse, it's stupid, because what do you think is gonna happen? Do you think people are seeing ICE? Oh no, I changed my opinion. They are good guys. Oh,
No, but
they're
they
at the
normal.
Olympics.
But it becomes normalized. They
What
they
ICE?
normalize. Like the more you expose something, the more you throw it down your throat, the more you just get used to
But
it.
it's already something that people are aware exists, and exists in a very negative way. And
No, no,
as we
indeed.
said
So
before,
they try to make it exist in other contexts and other environments where you're
people are
against
not
it, but
that
not so much
stupid at a
because well,
certain point. Okay, if you want to go, I know people are not that stupid. I don't fucking
I
know
don't know, man.
the opinion
Mass
about.
psychology, mass psychology. The
I don't
mass
know.
is very stupid. The mass is
The
just
mass
as
opinion
the mass
about
is
ICE is it's very bad.
It's shit.
It's
Obviously,
shit, but
really.
it's
Yeah,
not just shit
it would
for.
be kind of crazy.
It's not just shit from far left. Okay, it's not just far left that criticizes ICE. Kind of everybody criticizes ICE. People in the center, people not that far right, people criticizes ICE on how they work. So
Yeah.
it's not a situation where ICE is 50% loved and 50% hated. So you want to put the no worry. You want to up the percentage in a way. You cannot fucking up the percentage in a way. You know, you will create exactly this, more hate against you. Exactly what happened. So why being stupid? Hey, we see eyes that eyes are full
But
of bullshit.
there is also a certain amount of people, a certain amount, um, of fucks you can get, literally.
Oh yes,
There is a limited amount of fucks that you can get. If you hate something, there is a limited amount of hate, of hormone that your brain can produce. And after it fires and fires and fires and fires and fires and fires, and then you see eyes and just like, yeah, hate. At some point, you're you're not gonna be able to produce it anymore. You're not gonna be able to care enough to hate them,
Oh,
and
that's
then
like
you ignore
everything.
them.
Come on, that's like everything.
And then you ignore it, though. You ignore it. You start ignoring it.
Yes, you start ignoring it,
And because it's
but
far, and because it's not your reality, it's
but
very easy to ignore.
yes,
Now,
but
I'm not
it's
saying that
not.
it works that
Okay,
easily. I'm not saying that, it, like overnight, like blah blah blah. But I'm just saying that there are reasons why it can work in a way or the other. If they get hate or if they don't get hate,
I
it's
don't.
still like it's
Okay,
still a way to normalize and to affect how people perceive it.
I
Even
don't.
if people perceive it bad, but they're overloaded.
I don't think that ice coming to the Olympics really normalize ice, because who talked about ice at the Olympics? Who talked to the mass of people about ice at the Olympics? Left wing that were against ice.
Yeah, you're right.
Uh,
Yeah, you're right. It's always the left that
you
talks to
are
the left about the
giving
things that the
them
left.
visibility. I've not seen Donald Trump posting about, oh, ice is gonna be at the Olympics. No, I've not seen it. I'm not seeing posted. You know, they are creating their own enemy. They are literally doing everything by themselves. Because I don't know, I think it's a standard procedure in a way. Okay, given that it's something that is done, I don't know what show could have, what would have show in a better way ice. There are not military parades during the Olympics. You say, oh, there are military parades. Oh, ice parades in the stadium in San Siro with flags and stuff. They work behind doors. I am kind of up to date with Olympics. I'm not saying ice doing shit.
Yeah.
If there was ice doing shit, I say, oh yes, you say a little bit too much publicity to ice. Don't like it.
Yeah.
But there hasn't been publicity to ice, and they can do publicity to ice. Simply, this is not the place to do. The Olympics are not the place to do that thing. If you see Donald Trump profile, that's the place, and that you criticize. But not Olympics. There hasn't been anything. So, by the way, I'm looking to you and not straight, and I'm stupid as fuck because there will be all the fucking video with me looking on the. Right. No problem. That is my point. If this news wasn't spoke about by left, by people that were against it, we wouldn't have even noticed it.
No, but and if the news was talked about in a different way as well, it would have been better.
For example, which way?
Yeah, for example, like why did they choose, like, did ICE accompany the athletes to every Olympic? Fuck no, there was probably other agencies at the time. So the question is like
It's
you can.
probably because that's something to. I would search about it because Homeland Security Department is the one that do that in a way. It's Homeland Security,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so maybe that's what they're here to do.
Zio porco, io voglio aprire la bossa e rosso, però porca.
Ma apriti la bozza di rossa.
Signori! So we have a beautiful bottle of Spabagunder Pinot Noir from Germany.
By the way, yes, it literally says yes. Homeland Security have historically been involved in supporting Olympic security for the U.S.
Ma allora, sorry, I switched to Italian. But then,
It's
but then all it took was a Google search.
They discovered that Homeland Security is a part of the ICE. Wow, that majority people probably don't know what does ICE means. So, oh my God. So it's a normal procedure.
Yeah,
Trump
so you see,
Trump
like
didn't even.
that's the kind of question. That's the kind of question to pose. Is it like a symbol? Why was it done? Was it done before? Because then
Yes.
if it's like, oh well, in the other editions there was other agencies, and then for the first time, Homeland Security, for the part of ICE, the branch of ICE, accompanied them, and then it's like, oh, this is suspicious. It was never done before, and now with all the protests, with everything that is going on, now it's been done. Is there like an superior motive? Isn't it like? But then if you look up, like, was it done in the past? Yes, it was always done, like, and it's like very, very normal. Then that is even hard to like try to read something into it, right? So yeah, then it becomes even more realistic, and even more even closer to what you were saying. Just hearing eyes and then just barking against it, like dogs, when the postman passes.
Yes.
And it's just
Barking
it
for
makes
no
it so
fucking
ridiculous. It
reason.
makes it ridicules the like the protest, and sometimes it can even um take away like some weight from some really good arguments. It's like when you have people that react that way, and they just go against a thing just because they're against the thing, without having any sort of you know, critical thinking, actually questions, actually try to finding answers, and you know try to educate themselves on the context and on the situations, before posting something, before saying something, screaming something, throwing a gas canister. um, then when you have those kind of people, then anybody that is within a group that also opposes the same thing, that is trying to make an actual point, that is trying to maybe communicate something to a bigger group, trying to make an actual change, those are not taken seriously. Because if you have like a group of fucking monkeys, well, you will not see the human inside. It's just they're all
Yes,
apes.
of course.
They're all
It's like
apes.
always, like fucking always. The situation is this
Yeah.
louder voice we said last time.